you guys? Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Dulce Candy. Okay, so now let's talk about the actual breastfeeding. Pretty much since Aaron was born, not so much anymore, but when he was first born, I would say for the first month and a half, Jesse and I would tackle this thing like a team, right? So we wake up every 2 hours, 24/7, which just having that thing, just knowing that this is something that I was about to do, like feed my baby every 2 hours for 24/7, that was like a huge shift that I had to have in my mind because you're not used to that, like you're used to having a lot of time for yourself and all of a sudden like everything is devoted to just breastfeeding. So that alone is a lot of work, right? So on each feeding, when Aaron wakes up, we have a snoo, and that thing is amazing because it rocks him to sleep. It's like goes back and forth all night, making white noise. So Aaron is getting rocked the entire night with white noise. And that really keeps him asleep. And he's also like swaddled in because it comes with like a swaddle, like you attach your baby to it. It's freaking amazing. Definitely worth the money, guys. So we get him out of the snoo, and Jesse would bring him to me. I would put some pillows, and I would squeeze my boob like a hamburger and try to get it into his mouth after a lot of trial and error, and get it in his mouth. And then since I'm holding his head, like supporting his head, and also like with my other hand the boob, Jesse would come around with some oil and he would start like massaging my breast the entire time. And I would do about 15 minutes on each breast. And that's how we would do it together. So Jesse was always massaging my breast, like going like this to it to make sure that all of the hind milk, which is the milk that contains most of the nutrients and a lot of the fat that keeps the baby full, that's right on the back, right? So you want to make sure that you extract the hind milk and you make it easier for the baby who is having a hard time latching on to get that milk out, because it's really hard, especially if your baby was born premature. Even at 40, even like at 37 weeks, they're still not strong enough to like really extract all the milk. So after we did this, Jesse would take the baby and he would give him the 1 ounce of breast milk when I started getting my breast milk, but when in the beginning it was just formula. And then he would burp him and change his diaper, and then he would put him to sleep. And while he was doing that, I would be pumping with my Medela style and pump. I'll insert a picture. But I would be pumping. So I pump for 20 minutes after each and every single feeding. Why? Because it's all supply and demand. If you want to increase your milk supply, you have to have a lot of stimulation. I personally don't keep my baby on a schedule anymore, as I just know when he's hungry. I know the cues. So I feed him my breast first, breast milk. I nurse him, and then I pump right after. So I am getting about 9 feedings with Aaron, and then about 8 pumps throughout the whole day. So that's like almost like 18 pretty much stimulations that I'm getting. So that's how I've been able to increase my milk supply. That is the number one way. It's all supply and demand. I know a lot of people say like drink the oat milk, do this, do that, but honestly, if you don't pump and you're not getting any breast milk and your baby's only eating every 3 hours, your milk supply is not going to come in, because it's all supply and demand. You have to drain the boob so your body says, hey, it's time to fill up back again, right? After you feed your baby on one breast, or if you're doing both breasts, if you're alternating, make sure you pump for at least 20 minutes. And then while you're pumping, you want to make sure that you are also massaging your own boobs to make sure that they are completely drained and that the hind milk is also coming out. You're going to get so much more milk if you are massaging your breast while you pump. Don't watch anything stressful. You want to be relaxed. So pumping for me has been like a break that I get throughout the day. So I get a lot of mini 20-minute breaks, because I'll just sit there, and I used to be able to, I used to work. I'll be like, okay, now that I'm pumping, let me get on the computer, let me work, let me brainstorm. No, you want to be relaxed. So now my mentality is like, after I breastfeed, I'm going to go chill, watch my favorite show. I can't really read because, I need my hand to hold the book and stuff. I actually just ordered this book holder, but anyways, so I can do that. But I just, chill and watch something that's not stressful. I watch whatever just relaxes me, and I'm just like right there for 20 minutes and I pump and then I move on and I do something else. Also, there's the power pump. I do one power pump throughout the whole day, which means that I pump for 20 minutes, right? Then I take a 10-minute break and I hydrate. I drink tons of water, and then I go back at it after 10 minutes. Then I pump another 10 minutes, and then I take another break for 10 minutes and I hydrate again, and then I do another pump session for 10 minutes. Usually the last 10 minutes of like that whole hour of power pumping, I don't get a lot of milk by then, but I know that my boobs are fully drained, so my body's gonna be like ding ding ding, more milk. And that's how I've been able to slowly increase my milk supply. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about with breastfeeding is the Haakaa pump. So when I was first breastfeeding him, before I even knew how to use it, I would just like squeeze it and just put it on my boob. But my nipples were so raw that it was really painful, even just putting this like on my breast, on the nipple, right? So until I had this wonderful mom send me a voicemail on Instagram. If you put this on properly, guys, the amount of letdown that you're going to get into this little baby is just gonna blow your mind. Like, it just changed my freaking game, okay? I went from going like from half an ounce to 2 ounces of letdown with using it properly. You take this top part and you fold it down, put it on your nipple, you go like that. It's gonna create a suction, you let it go, and then it's gonna grab like from the back here as opposed to just like the nipple area, which can be really painful. And then you are going to have so much letdown. So I always put that on the opposite breast when I'm breastfeeding. Okay, so let's quickly talk about bottle feeding. I wanted to mention this because I know some moms are afraid of bottle feeding their baby because they feel like if they start supplementing with the bottle, that they are going to start rejecting the breast. And I've actually had some moms tell me that that is what happened with their baby. So I want to give you guys some tips that have helped me with that in that regard, because my baby still loves breastfeeding. He's not like attached to the bottle, and this is why. So the mistake that I was making was that I was just using a regular nipple. I had no idea that these nipples come in different sizes as far as like the tiny hole at the top. So what you want to do if you do not want your baby to hopefully not start rejecting your breast is get a preemie nipple. And they also have like an ultra preemie, which is this nipple that I have here. And by the way, all this information that I'm giving you is also information that I got from my own personal lactation consultant, Rosemary, that I hired, and she's came to my house about 3 times now. I've met up with her and she's been helping me so much, okay? So if you guys live in Los Angeles, send me a DM on Instagram if you need a lactation consultant, because she is the best. Because when I first started giving them the bottle, I just used a regular nipple, and then I was just, you know, kind of holding the bottle like this, and Aaron was like, and I'm like, ooh, he's hungry. It's not that he's hungry. It's not that he's hungry. It's just that he is trying to not choke on himself because the milk is just like flowing down with these regular nipples. And he's trying to keep up and drink all this milk so he doesn't choke on it. That made me feel really bad too, because I had no idea that that's what he was doing. I thought he was just like really hungry and he was just like gulping the milk down because he was so hungry. So what you want to do is, like I said, get the ultra preemie nipples or just regular preemie. When you give your baby the bottle, you want to make it a challenge for him. You don't want to make it easier than breastfeeding, because breastfeeding is a lot of work for them, right? Especially when they're trying to get the hind milk to come out. That's even more work because they really have to suck. And if you give them a bottle with a big nipple opening, it's just going to flow really easy, and they're not going to want to work. And whenever you give them the breast, they're going to reject it and be like, I don't want this. This is too much work. Where's my bottle? Like I like to be fed, right? So we don't want to do that. We want to avoid that. And the way that we avoid that is by using a preemie nipple or ultra preemie nipple. And what you want to do is pace your child. You want to give them a little bit of milk and then let them take a break. Give them a little bit of milk, let them take a break for 15 seconds. Go like 15 seconds in between. Yes, it's a lot of work, but that's how it works, guys. And till this day, he does the breast for a long time. Usually during the day, he does less, but at night, he'll do up to 20 minutes, which is already a long time. But during the day, he just takes the milk out really quickly. Just, you know, fill up the nipple like halfway with milk, put that in his mouth like that. So you want to have it horizontal to his body, and let him finish that. And once he finishes what's in the nipple, you tilt the bottle to fill it up again, just halfway, then you give him that. So that's really important because it's going to be a challenge for them also to get it out through this tiny hole, and they're not going to be getting all this milk really fast, and they're not going to start rejecting your breast, so they can have something easier. So that's how I bottle feed Aaron, to make sure that he still wants to breastfeed. And so they're kind of still like the same thing as far as like the challenge of, you know, taking the milk out. So last but not least, I just want to quickly talk about supplements. The key word with supplements is support. They are there to support your breast milk. They are not there to elicit a huge amount of breast milk. The number one thing that's going to really increase your milk supply is really draining them. So through pumping and feeding your baby as much as you can. You can't drink like 1 gallon of oat milk and then, you know, not pump at all and feed your baby maybe every 3 hours and then think that you're going to just all of a sudden explode with milk if you are someone who has a hard time producing milk. There's moms who do absolutely nothing and they have so much milk, right? But I'm just talking about like the moms who have a hard time with milk. So I didn't know that. I had people tell me that all I had to do was drink oat milk or eat oatmeal, and then all of a sudden I was going to get so much breast milk, and I did that and it did absolutely nothing to me, right? So what I do is I do drink oat milk though, because it does help. I eat oatmeal, and I'll link my favorite oat milks that are just so delicious. I also mentioned them in my last vlog where I was talking about getting my body back into shape, but I'll put them down below. And I also take this superfood shake. This is a really great shake that I take every day. It's geared towards moms who have a busy lifestyle and also who are breastfeeding, because it does support that. But it's plant-based protein, prebiotics and probiotics. And what I really love about it is that it gives me a really huge dose of healthy energy, and my stamina is off the chain. I drink this every single morning. Okay, I add ice, I put cinnamon, I do this, I do 1 scoop of this, and then I do a banana once in a while, and it tastes like chocolate milk, like chocomil. It's so delicious, especially if you add ice. It's kind of like a slushy, like a chocolatey slushy, so it's like dessert. I don't have a lot of cravings for sweet stuff. This does replace a meal for me, and I have an insane amount of energy, and I feel happy, I feel vibrant, I just feel like really, really great. And it's because of this and also because of the Shakeology. So I drink both of them, you know. I am working out, so I did have to increase my calorie intake, because when you work out, you want to make sure that you're burning a lot of calories also breastfeeding. So you want to make sure that you're eating enough, because if not, your milk supply will go down. And then I also take the Pump Princess. I bought a set of 2 other like Cash Cow and another one of these legendary milk supplements recommended by my lactation consultant Rosemary, and she told me to take these. These are fenugreek free. Okay, the reason they're fenugreek free, one of the reasons is because this ingredient tends to cause a lot of gas on babies. So I actually stopped taking the fenugreek supplements that I was taking, because he started to get like a little gassy. So I'm like, I wonder if that's what it was. And these are awesome. So I take these 2 of them 3 times a day, also to support my breast milk. Mother's milk is also a tea that I like to indulge once in a while. I don't have this every single day, but it's a nice little milk tea, just a regular tea, mother's milk tea, that I like to drink when I'm journaling late at night. It's really relaxing, and I got like a big ass box at Amazon. I was only trying to get 1 box, but I wasn't paying attention. I ended up getting like 15 boxes of that mother's milk tea. So I have an infinite amount of it, but you're supposed to drink like 3 cups of that a day. Also, hydration is key. A lot of water throughout the day. It's really important to drink a lot of water. One of my online friends recommended Body Armor drink, and that one's really great for hydration, superior hydration, because it does contain like coconut water and actual water and other types of ingredients and vitamins and stuff. So I drink that, but for the most part, I just drink a lot of oat milk throughout the day and a lot of water. I try to drink a lot of water. My husband is always on my butt about drinking water and my oat milk, and he's like bringing me all this stuff because he's really passionate about me breastfeeding. And he's always like, have you drank your water? And he's always like bringing me cups of oat milk and stuff. But I appreciate all of that. But that's pretty much it. Oh my gosh, I forgot to mention, these cookies are so delicious, guys. I eat so many of these, and honestly, I do see a difference in my milk supply. These are from a brand called Milk Makers, and I get them at Target also. They're oatmeal cookies with chocolate chips. 270 calories a bag though, and I have about 3 bags a day. They're just so delicious, and I'm not even a cookie person, but this is like my favorite all-time cookie, guys. Even better than like actually no, I like another type of cookie better, but this is a really good cookie. And yeah, so you can get these at Target. So this is what I eat also all the time, and I always have these in stock at my house. This and this always in stock, and the oat milk. So those are like the top 3 things that I implement into my diet on a daily basis. Anyways, that's pretty much all I wanted to say in today's video. I know it was pretty long, but I just had so much to say, and I was like cutting straight to the point. I just wanted to put it all together in like one package, like one video. So hopefully you guys found at least one nugget of information that you can implement into your breastfeeding journey. I wish you guys the best. You are doing incredible. Even if you feel like you're not doing a great job, like it's really challenging for you, I know it's hard. You can do it. You can pull through. If this is not in your plan, it's okay. You are not a bad mother. You are a wonderful mother. You are looking for all of the tools and all of the advice that can help you on this journey. You are doing the best that you can for your baby. You are doing more than enough, and that is a fact. So if you don't want to breastfeed, I'm here to let you know that it's okay to not breastfeed. But also, don't give up so easily, because I felt like giving up more than 2 times, like really throwing in the towel, because bottle feeding is just so much easier. You know, like you have much more time on your hands for your life and to do the things that you enjoy doing. You're not on demand all the time. Like your husband can, you know, bottle feed the baby while you do whatever you want to do. For whatever reason, you know, like it's a lot easier to bottle feed, but it's also very rewarding to breastfeed, and I thoroughly enjoy it. It's something that I just love being a part of. I love having my little baby next to my breast and just smelling him, feeling him, looking at him, seeing him, you know, eat. And it's not going to be like this forever. Like you're not going to be breastfeeding forever. So enjoy this time, even though I know that it's challenging. Enjoy it, be in the moment, look at your baby, and just know that this is a magical and beautiful thing that you're doing for your son or your daughter. Like it's beautiful, and it's something that only us mothers can do. Like we are blessed to be mothers and to be women, to be able to do this if we choose to do it. And if we choose not to do it, that's okay too. You know, that's okay too. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hopefully you found a little piece of information, a little nugget that you can implement into your own breastfeeding journey. I love you. I see you. I am here for you. If you ever need me in the comment section, I already know my moms are going to be dropping so many gems in the comment section, because that's what moms do. So if you guys need any advice, check out the comment section. I guarantee you will find at least one comment that's going to be like, I'm going to try that. I know I'm going to get some feedback from you guys already, because I am not an expert, but I have grown a lot and I have learned a lot in this journey, guys. So with that being said, I hope you all have a blessed and beautiful day, and I can't wait to see you in my next video.